Johnny Gardner Law.
I like working with people, and so one of the things I find most satisfying in real estate is being able to facilitate either the purchase for a new home buyer or the sale of a home for someone who's looking to transition and possibly move on. It gives me great satisfaction.
Johnny Gardner Law, with offices in Myrtle Beach and Conway. Wherever life takes you, we'll be there.
21 years ago, I started this business out of the back of an old Chevy van. It's been a lot of long days, late nights, good times and bad, but through it all, what keeps me going has been the people we're helping. From burst water pipes to a grease fire, the truth is the best part of my job is helping folks put their lives back together after tragedy strikes. Neighbors helping neighbors, to me, that's really what FSA is all about.
FSA, full steam ahead, fire and water restoration. We're here to help.
It's here, the grand opening of the all-new Sparks Toyota. Shop in style in Sparks Toyota's brand new facility.
The all-new Sparks Toyota is celebrating with special grand opening pricing on every new Toyota. Buy the new 2014.5 Camry starting at $17,999, or drive the new 2014.5 Camry SE for $199 a month. Plus, when you buy, take advantage of the Sparks Preferred Customer Program.
Don't miss the grand opening of the all-new Sparks Toyota, where the dealer is always in.
South Atlantic Bank is now open in Georgetown at 1187 North Fraser Street. Our experienced bankers provide the friendly and attentive service we're known for, along with the technology you want. From our Go mobile banking app to text message alerts and next-day service on debit cards, South Atlantic Bank is the place for your complete banking relationship. Visit us in Georgetown at 1187 North Fraser Street or in Myrtle Beach, Myrtle's Inlet, and Follies Island. South Atlantic Bank, people you know and trust.
The kids are off to college, so my wife and I are remodeling. But instead of calling her Uncle Joe, we're using the HTC Yellow Pages. I say new patio. She says landscaping. New carpet works for me. She's thinking hardwood. I suggest a fireplace. She wants a chandelier. Whatever we choose for our empty nest, we can easily find it in the directory and at htcsearch.com, the local source for everything in the region. Flip, click, touch, and get to it with the HTC Yellow Pages.
We're back at the Conway High School Gymnasium as we're set for the HTC Boys Basketball Game of the Week along the Grand Strand. The stands are filling in here at Conway High School, and it's going to be a good matchup between the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs, who come in with a 9-3 record, and the Conway Tigers at 10-2, but Ashley on a two-game losing streak.
Yeah, it's tough. They play the defending state champions, the Wanda Warriors, in one of those basketball tournaments, the Christmas basketball tournaments. And then they came out a tough loss to St. James, a very spirited game. Jackson Hurston just dominated, had 33 points. The Tigers, man, took them for granted just a little bit. But anytime you lose two games in a row and you start out 10-0, there's cause for concern and a little bit of panic in that locker room right now.
Hey, the only loss that St. James has this year is to the Conway Tigers in the season opener. They went to Tennessee, Sevierville, Tennessee, and won a Christmas Classic there and came home to beat Conway on Tuesday night. So I don't think that Mike Hopkins' team has anything to be ashamed of, losing one game to the defending state champions, #1 ranked team in the state, and a team that's only lost one game on the year.
Well, that's what Coach Hopkins relayed to me yesterday. He said, Ashley, we want to play the best teams. We want to go out there. Similar to what Monty Carr said from St. James. He likes to take his team away from the grandstand. If they're not going to play in the Beach Ball Classic, they don't want to be in awe of the Beach Ball Classic. So they went away. They grew a lot. They stayed in the hotel. And I think that's the best thing for this program right now.
Hey, I was impressed that Conway got invited to the Charleston Classic which was held at North Charleston High School last week against some of the top teams in South Carolina, period.
Oh, yeah, and it helps that Coach Hopkins is a former college coach. Of course, he's at Coastal Carolina from 1994 to 98. Then he also went to the Citadel and was assistant coach, ended up at Virginia Tech, and we're lucky enough to have him here at Conway High School, his 9th year.
Yeah, 9 years the head coach of the Conway Tigers after being the head coach of the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers, but this is home for him. His wife went to school here. He grew up in South Carolina, and they're still a staple of this Grand Strand community.
Oh, yeah, and there's a new excitement for the basketball team now. He's got his squad, and I think we were a little late in the AAU game. I know Sockesty and some of those guys did it way back when. This group here has been playing 6 rec ball. They've been playing 9 and 10 travel tournaments, so they know. You got Christian Jeffers and Jalen Hennigan, probably the best backcourt on the Grand Strand, been playing together since they were 4 or 5 years old. So they know each other like the back of the hand. But you can't beat consistency, and the Conway Tigers are going to have to be consistent tonight.
Well, before we take a look at our HTC starting lineups, I'll ask you this because you live here in the Conway community. To me, it's a little bit of a surprise that Conway went 10-0 to start the year. Was it a surprise for Coach Hopkins and the Conway community?
I think it was a surprise to the community, not so much Coach Hopkins, because he's a competitor.
Yeah.
He wants to be 24-0.
Yeah, he thinks he's going to be 10-0 every year.
But sometimes you jump into a situation and you start playing good and you're playing well. Well, when they were playing Wando, they had a 6'11" center. Well, the Conway Tigers, Brian Edwards is 6'4".
Yeah.
So that's a big difference to be able to play against teams like that. And that's what they're going to have to do. But I think right now they're where they want to be. The 2-game losing streak is a little overrated, I think.
I do
Because
too.
you want to get in here, maybe a big game tonight, then you go into the region feeling good about yourself.
Well, when you lost 2 games to 2 teams with a combined record of 23-1, I don't think that's nothing to be ashamed of.
No, and the Conway Tigers and the crowds here tonight, hopefully they'll get behind this product, and it's going to be a good game tonight.
Well, that's another question for you. I mean, again, you're close to the Conway community, being the voice of the Tigers both in football and basketball season on ConwaySportsRadio.com, and we appreciate everybody being with us on Conway Sports Radio tonight. Is this, something that the Conway community can get behind and see that we've got a good crowd here behind us tonight?
Absolutely. This is a great product. You got good kids. You got kids that work in the community, that not just play basketball. They're out in the community with the rec ball teams. They're cleaning trash off the highway. They're doing good stuff.
All right, let's take a look at the HTC starting lineups for the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs. They'll start with Stephen Bryant in the backcourt, the only sophomore in the starting lineup. And then we've got William Doodle Hill. I love that, Doodle.
It's going to be fun.
It is going to be fun calling Doodle's name tonight. Matthew Stanlin and Drew Dunn on the front court, along with Josh Livingston. For the Conway Tigers, your starting lineup: Christian Jeffords, Jalen Hennigan, Terrell Denny, Brian Edwards is the 6'4" junior, big-time wide receiver on the football field, and the center of this Conway starting lineup, and Bernard Venable. And I tell you what, it's going to be an interesting matchup inside. And you were telling me before we came back on the air a moment ago that Brian Edwards, who everybody's recruiting in football, is planning on graduating early and doing what a lot of these big-time football recruits have done recently, enroll in college in January to be able to compete in spring football for what college he decides to go to.
And that shows a lot about his athletic and academic prowess.
Absolutely.
He's great in the classroom. He's a first-class kid. He's a yes sir, no sir kind of guy. Just excited to have him in the Conway community.
Stephen Bryant, and Brian jumps it up in the center circle. Edwards controls it for the Conway Tigers.
Now, Brian Edwards still rusty. Now, he didn't play basketball last year. He's starting to come into his own.
And
a turnover.
Pick up where we left off in the girls' tournament. A steal by the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs and a turnover by Conway.
Curious to see how this pace is going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Just underway. First half minute. Shot off the glass, no good. And it's ricocheted out of bounds.
December 11th, these guys played, and the Tigers won 63-58. So they're familiar with each other.
Very close game, and I expect the same tonight. Directing the offense for Conway, Christian Jeffords. Man-to-man defense by North Myrtle Beach. Far side for Hennigan. Hennigan pulls up, jumps it from 14 feet, no good. And a rebound for the Chiefs.
Now Hennigan's got to get hot. He was cold against St. James. I think he was 2 for 14.
Pushing the tempo. Foul line extended, right side, Stanilin. Stanilin gets it back, dribbles into the key, and out front. Very patient offense for North Myrtle Beach.
They got to force Conway to come out and do something.
Yeah, good defense by Conway right now. Backdoor cut, though, and it's a block shot by Brian Edwards.
And Brian came out of nowhere to get that block. So, and of course, the Tigers can't get in foul trouble. They play about 8 or 9 deep.
We've played a $1:15 and no score yet. But at the free throw line, Drew Dunn. For North Myrtle, puts the first point on the board.
Dunn's averaging 8 points a game. Nice shot, nice silky smooth. What do you think about the long pants that a lot of these guys are wearing?
Well, you know, the shorts are getting shorter. Now, I just hope we don't go back to the 70s.
John Stockton.
No, not that not that short, but both of these teams have the 3/4 length shorts, if you will, and that's what the kids like. But again, I'm not advocating going back to the 70s, but I would like a little bit shorter shorts.
Well, Brian Edwards on Bryant is going to be a matchup to watch tonight. And so far right now,
Edwards
got him.
Off the glass. Nice bounce pass to the low post on the entry.
And Stephen Bryant a little too aggressive there.
2 foul shots for the Chiefs and a field goal for Conway. Ties the ball game. Batted away. 3-on-1 break for the Tigers. All the way to the hole. Putting it up good. Jalen Hennigan.
Hennigan's one of those guys. He's a streaky shooter. They compare him to John Starks. A layup usually gets him going.
You know what? Defense usually leads to a quick offense, and that's what Conway obviously is relying on. And Jeffords wants it.
Well, Venable bringing the ball up the court.
Bernard Venable. Dribble drive along the baseline. And I'll tell you what, this Conway team is sneaky quick and sneaky good.
They are. They have a great backcourt in Jeffords and Hennigan. And, you know, don't have a lot of height, but they got a lot of hustle.
Absolutely, and good pressure, and that's what you want to do. You know, you're not really intending on stealing the ball, and they cause the turnover. That's what I was about to say. Maybe not, you know, to get the steal in the backcourt every time, but just give North Myrtle Beach something to think about before they get it into the front court and set up their offense.
And that's a great point. All of a sudden, you make a pass, it looks more open than it is, and you make another turnover. Then it just kind of compounds.
Conway with the third steal of the first half.
They're going to try to pound it down in low.
And a shot up is off the mark by Venable, and Venable may have shuffled the feet before he shot the basketball, and it gives it back to North Myrtle Beach. So, unforced turnover there by Conway.
Devin Nance comes in the game.
That token zone pressure again by the Tigers in the backcourt. Now a double team. Skip pass, post entry. Back outside the arc. North Myrtle Beach is doing a nice job getting the ball to the high post, but they're not squaring up to the bucket to do something with it.
And they want to get Brian the basketball, but Brian Edwards is all over him.
Good defensive set by the Tigers right here. Tough shot from downtown. Count it for Drew Dunn. And that one was with a hand in his face.
Hennigan was all over him. Great shot by Dunn.
Gives North Myrtle Beach the lead. Here's a pull-up jumper. In and out, no good. Ball batted out. And retrieved by Devin Nance. Nance back to Dunn. Dunn, high post. Short corner jumper. All the way over the bucket. And Venable down with a rebound. Gets it to Jeffords. Jeffords. Stop and go dribble.
Here's Jeffords.
Curl into the paint, got fouled, put up the shot, hanging one-hander. Comes out no good, but...
And that's what Christian Jeffords will do. He will take it to the hole, and you're going to have to guard him both ways. He's a very tough competitor.
He's strong for a senior point guard. And fights off that defender to get up the shot. And I'll bet you he's got a good stroke from the line. Nothing but net.
Nothing but net. Pretty good stroke there. And again, they shoot the basketball. They make you foul them.
Josh Livingston into the ball game for North Myrtle Beach. 6'5" junior.
Got some height coming in.
Yeah, I was going to say North Myrtle Beach is going to try to go big here, and that length gets possession for North Myrtle Beach off the missed foul shot.
Not a lot to him, though, 6'5", 180. But he definitely made that play for the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs.
Conway with the zone pressure. Almost causes another turnover. Sideline bounce pass, 3 in the air, too strong. Jeffords fights for the rebound, pulls it down, and hustles to the front court with it. Tyrell Denny.
Denny's one of those sneaky kids.
And Bernard Venable. Boy, there was a surprise jumper from 18 feet. It's rebounded and stuck back in, though, by Trinique Richardson or Tyrell Denny. Tyrell Denny. Richardson was there as well into the ball game for the first time.
Tigers getting back on defense very well.
Yeah, I like Conway's defense. Their transition defense is probably as good as I've seen this year.
It looks like it's making North Myrtle Beach work a little harder, getting a little tired for those jump shots.
2-point lead for the Tigers. Long 3 for the Chiefs. Good. Matthew Stanlin, and they have taken both of their leads from outside the arc.
And that's the exact opposite of what we've seen earlier tonight. But I tell you what, that can help Bryant down low.
Jeffords out front. Hennigan, 3 in the air, too strong. Offensive rebound though for Conway. Recycle.
Hennigan loves to shoot the basketball. He can shoot it very well when he's hot.
Denny with the basketball on the right quarter court. Cross-court pass to Hennigan.
You notice they're not giving him a lot of space out there.
No, North Myrtle Beach's defense has been pretty strong. They were in a zone earlier, but now in the man-to-man, and that causes Conway some trouble, but offensive rebounds twice. Jeffords for 3 off the backboard. He banked it in from the sideline.
7 for creativity.
Wow. Boy, that talk about some serious English to get that to go in from the sideline. And the transition defense again by Conway.
And they had a man down there, just about a half a second off.
Keeps the Chiefs from scoring the easy 2. Here's that 3 from deep in the left corner. Watch this off the backboard. Blip.
Called it.
I mean, that's so tough to do.
It's a nice little touch.
Yeah. 10-8. Conway in front.
I think there's 3s that the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs are hitting is going to open up Bryant down low because they're going to have to come out and guard him.
Well, Conway's defense is strong right now, but the big man, Josh Livingston, makes them pay from the foul line left. Tie ball game. Conway working on the perimeter. Cross-court pass.
Bernard Best came in for Denny.
Best is kind of hiding. He wants to get a screen to put up a shot, and a missed in close, but Livingston rebounded, had it stolen from him, blocked a shot, kick out for Conway, and finally controlled by the Chiefs. Tenacity for Conway inside.
They got to. They got to hustle because they're so short compared to these other guys.
And a quick first quarter. You know, the first quarter of the girls' game seemed like it took an hour to play, and here in the boys' game, it's taken a very short order. We're in the last half minute. Look at Jeffords. Scoop shot to the hoop, no good. And North Myrtle Beach has a chance to take the final shot, and they will, as Coach Cameron Kaler, first year at North Myrtle Beach.
Coach K.
Trevor Strauderman, the principal at North Myrtle Beach, good friend of mine, says, and he's a good West Virginia boy, says Coach Kaler is a good Mountaineer.
Is there such thing as a bad Mountaineer?
That's I was going to say. Now,
that was for you.
For West Virginia Mountaineers, I don't know. But West Virginians, I don't know if there's such a thing as a bad West Virginian. And everybody thinks I'm from West Virginia. I grew up in Greensboro, North Carolina, but I spent 2 years in West Virginia, and I've adopted it as my home state.
Well, it could be worse. You're a world traveler. You're all over the place.
Now, I love Myrtle Beach. Don't get me wrong. I've been here for, there's Coach Kaler for North Myrtle Beach.
You gotta love those young coaches.
Yes.
Just the energy that they have, going down, talking to their players, just very involved in the basketball game.
And Coach Kaler, Coach Strauderman, who, when he came to Myrtle Beach from West Virginia, he coached with us at Socastee for a year or two before going into administration. But you know, I love Myrtle Beach, being here for 26 of the last 28 years. But West Virginia has been great, and the first quarter ends with North Myrtle Beach in front by a point, 11-10 over the homestanding Conway Tigers, and we're back in 90 seconds right here on the HTC Game of the Week.
HTC Home Security watches over my family, home, business, and property 24 hours a day. And it's security I can afford to protect those that are most valuable to me. With free installation and a low monthly monitoring fee, HTC offers the added peace of mind and the protection that I need for the things that matter the most.
Get a security system for as low as $99 with free installation. Call HTC at 843-369-8971 today. Certain restrictions may apply.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
Back inside the Conway High School gym, North Myrtle Beach has a 1-point lead and the basketball to begin the second 8 minutes. In for the first time with the ball, Stanley.
Nice man-to-man defense for the Tigers.
Actually, it was Doodle Hill that had the basketball, and Doodle's going to put one up from range. And this one is short.
Been waiting all game, hadn't he?
Oh, yeah. Doodle. There's a dribble drive, baseline. Denny, short, rebound. Inside, Stephen Bryant, 6'3" sophomore. Steal by Brian Edwards, but knocks it out of bounds.
The Tigers are missing a lot of point-blank shots also.
Yeah. But I like the flow. The flow for both teams right now, even though the shots aren't going down, the flow is what they'd like. And a missed shot from point-blank range again. 3-on-2. Jeffords misses a close one, and it's knocked out of bounds, so neither team can score from right underneath the cylinder.
Well, Conway's backcourt is definitely not coming through so far tonight.
It's Conway coach Mike Hopkins, and I was the play-by-play announcer for the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers when Hop was the head coach. Quick three fired by Devin Nance, too strong. So it's been a year traveling with Hop.
He didn't have a real good recruiting class after what happened with Coach Bergman.
No.
He didn't have the best athletes.
No, that's what I was getting ready to say. He was hamstrung.
Yes.
There's no question about that. So, but it was a fun time. Hop was back home again at his alma mater, Coastal Carolina University, and he was dealt a tough hand.
Well, you know, as a coach, you want to be the head coach, especially at Coastal Carolina. You had an opportunity. You know, he went there, he played there. Take a chance, you never know, but it didn't work out. But, you know, he's landed on his feet. You know, he's not defined as a basketball coach. He's defined as a man. Well,
he certainly has built this program here because they struggled for several years at Conway, and now he's got a really good team at 10-2 on the year. Inside, Brian Edwards, too strong. A top 10 team, by the way. This past South Carolina Basketball Coaches Association ranking came out on Tuesday, and the Tigers were ranked number 8 in the state.
Coach Hopkins didn't like me talking about that. He's ready to just leave that on the down low. But, you know, you when it's good, you got to let them know it's good. You can't just, you know, lay low. And I understand why you want to lay low. But you want to, you know, we're top 10 team, or the Tigers are a top 10 team.
No question they are.
So it'll be fun this season to see how it plays out.
Edwards is fouled on the shot attempt, and then his first free throw ricochets off the back. But I'll tell you this, the Charleston Post and Courier was very complimentary of the Conway team. They won their first game in the Charleston Classic and then lost a close one to the Wando Warriors, who are ranked #1 in the state. They made it a point to say this Conway team will definitely be in the top 10 on the next ranking, and surely they were.
Well, the win they had was against Somerville.
Yeah.
Somerville's a perennial power.
Big 4A team that won a state championship about 5 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. On the shot that was or the shot that wasn't, depending on who you ask.
Yeah, that's true. And second free throw is good, ties the ball game, and North Myrtle Beach takes the lead right back.
Nice fast break transition for North Myrtle Beach.
And that was Stephen Bryant dribbling across the top of the defense. Tyrell Denny inside to Edwards, and he is molested from behind, I believe, by Stanlin. Yeah,
the fouls are starting to rack up for North Myrtle Beach.
That is the 4th on the guests here, and the 5th now on the shot attempt by Bernard Venable.
In Venable, and a lot of actually Brian Edwards also, they're double clutching when they're shooting the basketball instead of just taking it straight. And well, there's one big reason, big number 45 down there, he's down there making some things happen with that length and the way those arms are so long that they're making them miss those easy shots.
Yeah, Livingston is 6'5", Venable only 6'3", but Venable has the girth
yes.
that I think he could go straight at.
And this is his second year in the program, a transfer from New Jersey. Came in a couple years ago, worked hard.
How about that?
And has made this team and made it better.
Venable, shooter's roll on the first, and a perfect shot on the second, and puts Conway back to a 13-all tie. And again, token pressure that was pretty successful in the first quarter. Here in the second, Livingston outside to McIntyre.
And they got to get outside on those jump shooters because they're getting hot right now.
Conway's defense has been great throughout the first 10 or 12 minutes. It's a turnover by the coach. Chuck Jordan walks by and knocks our HTC game ball into Ashley's lap. So travel on that dribble drive into the paint by Conway. So giving it back to North Myrtle, tied at 13.
Here comes Christian Jeffers back into the ball game.
Yeah, I think that's what they need, some solidity in the backcourt, as they've turned it over 3 or 4 times now.
And they're not really getting a lot of good jump shots. They're getting it down low, which I think that's a point they're trying to make, but they're not making the layups.
Livingston dribbles to the baseline. They attack the ball in the paint. Edwards ties it up, and a timeout for Conway.
What a heady player.
Yep.
And you got to attribute that to his football prowess and all that. A player knows what to do in that situation. A lot of kids don't know.
He gets so much attention on the
brutal
football field. How's his recruiting going so far? Do you know?
I think he's got a pick of a couple of schools that he's really looking at. I know Carolina Clemson is real big on him. Alabama has jumped into the fray.
Really?
And I don't know, what depth. You hear, people going here, there. He's going to make a decision. And, wherever he goes, they're getting a first-class kid. And also they're getting a great wide receiver because, again, Conway double and triple teamed.
Absolutely.
And, they're moving the tight end, trying to hide him. But it's not very easy to hide a big man like that.
The thing that this is my perception of watching him play football the past 3 or 4 years. He's just so unassuming. It's not like, he doesn't consider himself or he doesn't carry himself like he's a big-time player.
What a great teammate he is. What a great teammate. All the players I talk to, Peyton Derrick tells me all the time, what a great teammate he is. And, as a father, I want to hear people say that more about my kid than, so much. A lot of people can be great athletes, but being a good kid, you're not going to be an athlete your whole life.
Another turnover by Conway. North Myrtle Beach trying to take advantage. Livingston from downtown, in and out, no good on the triple, but a putback by North Myrtle Beach gives them the lead again.
They're working hard down there in the box.
Back and forth here in the first half. Conway won the first meeting between these two. North Myrtle Beach trying to pay them back on their home court.
Like this matchup with Livingston and Brian Edwards down low, actually switched off.
Hennigan around the back dribble. Now to Jeffords. Back to Hennigan.
Hennigan's getting antsy. He's ready to shoot the basketball.
I like this. Forcing it inside. Venable from down low. Can't score the bucket. Thought he got bumped. But they play on.
There's going to be a lot of bumping in this basketball game. Playing
Nice
very physical.
Bounce pass into the paint and then back outside. Threads the needle through everybody.
It's tough for one of the 6'5" guys to reach down and grab the basketball at their ankles.
Yeah,
and up high.
Livingston has got some good hands and footwork for a big guy.
Doodle Hill is playing Hennigan.
But I think, again, Venable could take it right into the chest of Livingston. 3 in the air, too strong. And a long rebound for the Chiefs.
Hennigan struggling early. 0 for 3 so far for the three-point line.
Drew Dunn directs the offense. Doodle Hill up top to Livingston. Near side to Dunn. Back door. Underneath to Bryant. Wraparound pass. Now a wide open triple from downtown. Good.
Great ball movement by the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs.
Absolutely it was.
Textbook.
Got that defense moving back and forth. And Drew Dunn gives North Myrtle the biggest lead at 5 points right now, 18-13. Dribble penetration into the channel. Put up no good, but Bryant yanks it off the cup for the Chiefs. Doodle Hill. Off to McIntyre. Livingston. Bryant. Dunn. Doodle with a jab step. North Myrtle Beach being very patient, but they turn it over. Conway, and they lose it in the backcourt. That would have been an over and back, but Jeffords outraced Doodle Hill to the basketball.
Nice hustle.
And could not control it in front of Cameron Kaler and the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs.
It's going to very easily let that ball go, but nice hustle by the Chiefs.
Inside 2.5 to play in the first. 5-point lead. Cross-court pass to Dunn. He backs up and recycles the offense.
Doodle Hill directing traffic out there.
Indeed. Gets a nice high ball screen. Into the key, but a steal by North Myrtle. Make that Conway all the way to the basket. Nice job by Rashad James.
Bring a little energy to the basketball game right now. Rashad is only averaging about 1 point a game.
I was getting ready to say, he just surpassed his game average.
Having a good game.
And a 3 on the way. Clark McIntyre puts the lead back to 6.
They can shoot the threes.
Now that's their 4th here in the first half. With 92 seconds to play in the second quarter, Brian Hipp says the foul was committed by the Chiefs.
The Tiger defense, they're right there on them. They're making tough shots.
They really are.
There's not too much more they can do.
No, you just have to tip your cap to North Myrtle Beach because the Tiger defense has been solid in the first half, no question. Jeffers dials long distance. No answer this time.
Nice ball handling.
And Dunn, 5'11" senior. North Myrtle Beach trying to extend this Conway losing streak. It's at 2 games right now. They were 10-0. Lost to the #1 ranked team in the state, Wando, and then to Grand Strand rival St. James on Tuesday night. And North Myrtle Beach with an in and out blocked shot by Trinique Richardson. Whistled for a foul.
Real impressed with Doodle Hill, the way he penetrated right there. Just going right down the middle. Didn't make the basket, but that first step is pretty deadly.
He's got an explosion on that first step. He's not known for his offense, but
Conway's got to play off of him. If not, he's going to take him.
Exactly. He opens things for everyone else. Kevleek Bennett caroms the first out.
And you know, as a shooter, as Don and those guys, McIntyre, they love them from Doodle Hill to get them off of them to take those 3 points in the corner.
Kevleek's a sophomore.
Kind of a quiet Conway crowd.
It really is.
Not really getting into the game a lot. Kind of watching. Nothing to get excited about so far.
Yes, a fairly good crowd,
Yeah.
though. I mean, especially behind us. And second foul shot rings true. And it's a 7-point lead, the biggest of the ball game for the Chiefs. Jeffords tries to answer from deep in the left corner. No good. Big rebound, though, for Conway. Off the glass, no good. Second rebound up for Venable. Is off the glass and fouled. Venable, you know, bless his heart, he's working so hard
He's
underneath,
trying.
he just can't find the net.
Well, none of the Tigers can find it. It's a very closed-off basket so far tonight. I'm sure they're ready to change sides. The free throw shooting, though, is pretty good. But again, we talked about it in the girls' game, as much as North Myrtle Beach, in my eyes, have dominated this basketball game, it's only 22-16.
Yeah, neither team has gone on any long runs, and Venable drains both ends of the two-shot foul to make it a 5-point ball game, and pressure in the backcourt, giving the Chiefs a little bit of a trouble. And a timeout for Coach Kaler. So with 31 seconds left in the first half, North Myrtle Beach wants to be sure what they're going to do with this final possession, and I'm sure with a 5-point lead and as close as it's been throughout in the defense being played by both sides, they'd like to get the final shot here.
Well, yeah, that's a great timeout by Coach K. Wants to talk to his players. Don't want the young guys to take it and give Conway a chance.
Yep.
If they shoot and miss it with no time left, they still got a 5-point lead. If they shoot with 10 seconds left, Conway scores, and a lot of momentum goes into that locker room.
So 22-17 your score as Rick Smith will hand off to North Myrtle Beach right in front of our broadcast desk. And friendly neighborhood announcers, Alan Smothers, Ashley Smith with you, and in the final half minute of the second quarter, Drew Dunn.
The Tigers can play maybe a little zone to get them out.
Don't blame them, because
Maybe come out with 10 seconds left.
Yep. If the Chiefs want to hold it for the final shot, no problem. 5-point game. Worst you can be is down 8.
And come out now.
Pressuring the ball with 10 seconds, just as you asserted. Ashley, bounce pass into Livingston. Jump hook is no good. Offensive rebound, though, for North Myrtle Beach, and that's a killer.
Hopkins wanted to tug on the jersey a little bit, but no call. Good no call. Good first half for both teams.
Yeah, Coach Hop talking to Brian Hipp saying, yep, our guy, rebounder, was pulled on the defensive carom, but it's going to be a 7-point lead for the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs, 24-17 at the break. We'll take time out. We'll come back with a few stats for you and get ready for the second half of action on your HTC Grand Strand Basketball Game of the Week.
HTC Home Security watches over my family, home, business, and property 24 hours a day. And it's security I can afford to protect those that are most valuable to me. With free installation and a low monthly monitoring fee, HTC offers the added peace of mind and the protection that I need for the things that matter the most.
Get a security system for as low as $99 with free installation. Call HTC at 843-369-8971 today. Certain restrictions may apply.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
Johnny Gardner Law.
I like working with people, and so one of the things I find most satisfying in real estate is being able to facilitate either the purchase for a new home buyer or the sale of a home for someone who's looking to transition and possibly move on. It gives me great satisfaction.
Johnny Gardner Law, with offices in Myrtle Beach and Conway. Wherever life takes you, we'll be there.
21 years ago, I started this business out of the back of an old Chevy van. It's been a lot of long days, late nights, good times and bad, but through it all, what keeps me going has been the people we're helping. From burst water pipes to a grease fire, the truth is the best part of my job is helping folks put their lives back together after tragedy strikes. Neighbors helping neighbors, to me, that's really what FSA is all about.
FSA Full Steam Ahead Fire and Water Restoration. We're here to help.
It's here, the grand opening of the all-new Sparks Toyota. Shop in style in Sparks Toyota's brand new facility.
The all-new Sparks Toyota is celebrating with special grand opening pricing on every new Toyota. Buy the new 2014.5 Camry starting at $17,999, or drive the new 2014.5 Camry SE for $199 a month. Plus, when you buy, take advantage of the Sparks Preferred Customer Program.
Don't miss the grand opening of the all-new Sparks Toyota, where the dealer is always in.
South Atlantic Bank is now open in Georgetown at 1187 North Fraser Street. Our experienced bankers provide the friendly and attentive service we're known for, along with the technology you want. From our Go Mobile banking app to text message alerts and next-day service on debit cards, South Atlantic Bank is the place for your complete banking relationship. Visit us in Georgetown at 1187 North Fraser Street, or in Myrtle Beach, Murrells Inlet, and Pawleys Island. South Atlantic Bank, people you know and trust.
The kids are off to college, so my wife and I are remodeling. But instead of calling her Uncle Joe, we're using the HTC Yellow Pages. I say new patio. She says landscaping. New carpet works for me. She's thinking hardwood. I suggest a fireplace. She wants a chandelier. Whatever we choose for our empty nest, we can easily find it in the directory and at htcsearch.com, the local source for everything in the region. Flip, click, touch, and get to it with the HTC Yellow Pages.
Back inside the Conway High School Gymnasium, it's halftime as the Tigers trailing the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs 24-17, and hearts are heavy here in Conway tonight, Ashley, and I actually, went, oh my goodness, when I got your text this morning. The passing of longtime coach and mentor to many, many in Conway through the years, Julius Derrick today.
Yeah, Coach Derrick, he embodies what Conway's all about. He was a captain at the University of South Carolina when he played there. Came back and coached. He was assistant coach under Bob Clark. Then came in and was the head coach for many years. Taught me driver's ed. He actually, when I was a senior, he went to Socastee to be the head coach.
Yep, that's when I came here.
And he loves it. And he's not defined by his coaching. And a lot of people will do that. But like you say, he was real good with kids. Had a shelter that he dedicated his life.
Really?
Him and Miss Polly dedicated their life to kids in Horry County, not just in Conway, in Horry County, and he's going to be missed. There's not going to be another Coach Derrick ever, but with Dirk Derrick, his son played at Conway. He's got a great family. That you say you want to be judged by things, and if you're judged by your family, with Dakota and everybody involved in Coach Derrick's family, I'm just happy that I got a chance to know him. He came to every football game. His grandson, Dakota, was the quarterback for Conway, and also Peyton. Derrick. So,
yeah.
There's a legacy there, and I know their hearts are heavy, and my thoughts and prayers go out to the Derrick family.
Absolutely. Condolences to the Derrick family tonight. When you think of Conway football, I think you think of three names, Buddy Sasser, Chuck Jordan, Julius Derrick.
Yes. And again, we went to a South Carolina game, me and my son, and you buy a Pepsi Cola, they give you a cup. You have George Rogers on some, whatever. Well, I got a Julius Derrick cup, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. Still have it. Still have it today.
Cool.
So that's one of those things that you hate to see it, but he's in a better place. Great Christian man, and it's tough for us.
Yeah.
But it's better for it's good.
Well, and we all have to go, but he'll be remembered as an icon in Conway sports history and Horry County sports history for sure. Speaking of Conway athletics, they've got a big raffle coming up, and we've been advertising it here on the broadcast tonight, but tell me a little bit more about it.
Yeah, the Booster Club is having their annual raffle. It's only $100. It's $100 a ticket, and you get 2 steak dinners.
Wow.
A chance to win a lot of money. And it's a good fellowship. It's a great time for the citizens of Conway. It's a Booster Club that it's been down a little bit, but right now we're starting to bring it back up. And this raffle is one of the big fundraisers. So they don't go out and ask for money a lot, but you're not only just giving money for the steak dinner, you're helping these athletes out, you're helping the golf team out, you're helping the cross-country team, the archery team. It's not just football, basketball, and baseball. A lot of people seem to think that, but it's all sports. It's the all-sports banquet. It benefits the Lady Tigers, softball, basketball, so it's exciting. We're ready for it. I know that the citizens of Conway, and I'd like to sell you a ticket tonight, put you on the spot, write me a check.
Oh, okay. I knew there was a catch somewhere.
No check. Never mind. No chatting cash.
No checks,
cash,
cash only. You don't trust me, huh? I got you. But yeah, that was something that was done first by the Beach Ball Classic. We had the $100 raffles years ago, and I think that every school in Horry County now has adopted the $100 dinner, drinks, and possibly win $3,000 or $4,000.
And it's fun. The best thing about it is, my good friend Howard Lee, who passed away a couple years ago,
yeah.
he was talking about it, and he never wins anything. Well, he didn't know it was a reverse raffle.
Oh,
so
yeah?
they called his name first, and he thought he won. So
Wow.
he's high-fiving. That. Well, he was so mad it took him 2 months to get over it.
Yeah,
so it's a reverse raffle.
The reverse raffle is a difficult thing. When you get your name called, you don't want to hear it. All right, HTC highlights for you from the first half as North Myrtle Beach takes that 5-point lead and made it pay from downtown throughout.
Tough on the threes.
Yeah, they made
the game.
4 threes in the first half. Here's another. Dunn from downtown. Bingo.
Dunn had 8 points in that first half.
And finally, there's the 4th three that gives North Myrtle the lead. And they have the basketball. Actually, Conway has the basketball down by 5, or make it 7. I'm sorry.
The same highlight every time.
Yeah, exactly. It looked like from the same spot. But Jeffords is going to bring it inbounds. And Edwards gets it back to him. And now Conway lighting it up from downtown. They have not made a 3-point shot, but Brian Edwards knifes through the lane with a layup off the glass to cut it back to a 5-point ball game.
Very strong by Brian Edwards, getting the offensive rebound, taking it right to the hoop. Tigers get to 19 points.
So the girls scored 70 and 60, and here the boys much more, I think, a better flow, but just not been able to put the ball through the hoop.
No, and the Tigers had trouble in that first half, but right now the third quarter is a big quarter for the Conway Tigers and North Myrtle Beach to see who can set the pace of this game.
I agree. The start of the second half is key in any game to get off to a good start, especially if you're behind. If you can cut that lead down to a couple of points or even take the lead in the first few minutes, it really sets the tone.
Well, neither team has been very excitable, I would say. This has been a kind of a dull game where they're not getting excited. Brian Edwards knocked the ball out of bounds. That's the first sign of life I've seen from that Conway or North Myrtle Beach team.
Yeah, both teams have been solid defensively, but not causing a lot of turnovers and getting easy buckets. But the offense has been very lackadaisical here in this ball game. But if North Myrtle Beach can answer here, put a stop to Conway's quick start. Livingston, there's a steal, but he gets it right back.
Nice play by Venable. Almost gets a steal. Had 5 points in that first quarter, all from the free throw line.
Doodle Hill passes far side for Stanlin. Gets it back. Near wing.
Nice ball movement by North Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, nice. But that means Conway's defense is, keeping the ball out of the paint. And Livingston, who's the biggest guy on the floor, is spending a lot of time outside the arc.
That's to Conway's advantage.
Jump stop at the foul line, and then a hanging one-hander goes down. So Stanley, I think that was an almost, excuse me. Hey, I found myself open. Let me go ahead and take the shot. Jefford spins into the paint. And Bernard Venable travels.
Well, the Tigers, their backcourt, the Holly Vaulted backcourt, has only had 3 points this whole game, and Christian Jeffers and Jalen Hennigan have to get it going if the Tigers are going to be successful tonight.
Drew Dunn with those 2 3-point shots in the first half leads all scorers with 8. A couple of 5-point scorers for Conway to lead the way. Terrell Denny and Bernard Venable. North Myrtle Beach back with the basketball and that 7-point lead. Livingston, head of the key. I think he's spending way too much time out there and then throws up a wild 3-point shot.
No, that didn't even set his feet, just threw it up.
Yep.
That may draw the ear of Coach K.
And I think he would be much more advised to get down inside because he has, 3-4 inches on the tallest Conway Tiger right now. Venable, another big man flying the 3-point shot. He gets his own rebound. And the Chiefs 2-3 zone, keeping the Tigers out of the paint. Fall away jumper misses, but the Tigers with an offensive rebound, and the lid is still on the basket for Conway. And finally, Venable gets one in using the glass.
And just that tenacity of Venable. Misses a shot, keeps going, gets offensive rebounds, keeps playing till it ends.
So back to a 5-point ball game. Coach Kaler calls out the play. Near side. Bryant and Livingston, the two biggest players, 6'3" and 6'5", spending all of their time in the bonus sphere. And now Livingston takes it into the paint, and finally they get an easy
Might have
two.
been what they were trying to do, to lull the Tigers to sleep. Could made a good cut. Nice layup by Livingston.
That was a nice back cut down the lane. And Livingston goes over the top on the offensive rebound.
And you're right, Livingston living out there, and the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs pretty successful on the three-pointers. And McIntyre, the little guys, I don't know what the strategy is, but it worked right there.
Well, I don't mind the backdoor cuts, but catching the ball at the high post time and again rather than trying to post up. I mean, at least, give the appearance that you're going to try to post down low.
But that link right there for Livingston altered that shot, and the Tigers are having trouble with it.
And Devin Nance comes down with a rebound for North Myrtle. The Chiefs' Doodle Hill brings it across the timeline. Nance. Bounce pass far side. Double pumped shot. Gets a Tiger off his feet. Isaac McLeod in for the first time in the second half.
The Tigers there's no life, there's no energy on the floor or in the gym, for that matter.
That's a good point. I mean, I think they're playing hard. It's just like you said, there doesn't seem to be a sense of urgency.
No, and North Myrtle Beach, to their credit, is lulling everybody to sleep, really, with the passing and the offense, and like is witness to the backdoor cuts by Livingston.
And this is the largest lead of the ball game by either team. Can grow to 9, but the second free shot is off the right side, and it's an 8-point ball game. Chiefs in front, 29-21.
Big possession for the Tigers.
They got to get a bucket. You're right. Dribble drive into the key. Straight away to Nance.
This is basically that second unit for the Tigers out there.
Actually, McLeod, excuse me. He sends it far side to James. And the Chiefs have gone to a man-to-man. They were in that 2-3 zone a moment ago.
And you would think with Doodle Hill on Venable, I'd try to get it down low and maybe get him to get a little hook shot.
Get it to Venable. He's got a smaller man on him right now. There it is. They get it to Venable, and Doodle Hill bats it away from him.
What a battler Doodle Hill was right there.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Ashley. They had the mismatch. Now Conway is, inserting 4 new players. So out goes
Moody.
James, Venable, Stanley, and Best.
He just looks like Coach Hopkins is just trying to find a lineup,
Exactly.
somebody to get something going.
That's a very good point, Ashley. I think he's searching for an answer.
Freshman.
Here is a long 3.
The freshman, Juwan Moody. Now that adds a little life.
Juwan Moody, the 5'8" freshman, knocks down the college, at least, distance 3-point shot.
Very fast young man, very good jump shot. Does have some lapses on defense sometimes, and that's what they're working on right now.
Draws him back to within 5. Nance for a 2 off the side. And Conway in transition pushes the tempo. Left-handed layup is no good. It is knocked out of bounds, last touched by North Myrtle.
And Juwan Moody just taking it down, even though he missed it,
I
a
thought
little
he
energy.
got fouled. I thought he got fouled. He went down hard, but not enough contact for Bobby Hip to blow the whistle. Conway
that shot.
dialing long distance again, this time no answer.
He is ice cold tonight.
Quick down floor to Doodle Hill, and he stepped out of bounds.
He looked like the cat
no
that
chance.
ate the bird, didn't he?
Yeah. He said, well, you didn't see that, did you?
Very surprised in the back court of the Conway Tigers having this much trouble hitting the threes or even scoring, making an impact in this basketball game.
Yeah, it's been a tough night offensively for the Tigers, but I like the effort again. But as you said, the energy just, it seems that, they need a little spark.
So Moody may be the guy to give it to him.
And that 3-point shot a moment ago raised the crowd's energy level a little bit. And now Jeffords high off the glass, and they're just a hair off. Hennigan, skip pass. Jeffords dials long distance. Again, no good. Back up and in, though, for Brian Edwards. And
wow.
He came out of nowhere to get that rebound.
Nice pick.
Down to 3. And it's kicked around by the Chiefs. It's going to belong to the Tigers.
Hey, we might have missed that on camera, but Stanley set a man pick on Moody.
Sweet.
But the Tigers, all of a sudden, they're down 3, a little life.
And the fans are starting to get into it. They can feel the comeback in the offing.
And what I like about the backcourt of the Tigers, they have no fear. They're going to shoot you to make it. Miss all the shots you don't take.
Inside a buck and a half and a pull-up jumper, a foul called against the Chiefs, knocking Hennigan to the floor.
How about Brian Edwards going up for that offensive rebound?
I like it. And again, he came flying from the weak side, knifed through the defense to get that offensive board and stick back.
I thought he was going to dunk it coming off the rebound.
So Hennigan can make it a 1-point ball game. At the line, he swishes the first.
And sometimes as a shooter, we said it earlier, you get a free throw here, free throw there, get a little confidence. Shooting's all about confidence to me.
Absolutely. And Hennigan, 5'11" senior, has been the catalyst on offense all night, but he just hasn't been able to buy a bucket.
If you're a Conway Tiger fan, you got to feel good about the way this game's going.
When you were down 8 about a minute and a half ago, which was the deepest you've been all night.
As bad as you played.
And now you can make it a 1-point ball game as he drains the second. It was 29-21 just about 2 minutes ago, and almost it was a travel. So Conway's going to get it back with a $1:16 to play. HTC replay, Ashley.
Tell you what, nice shot there. Look at Brian Edwards. Wow.
He
nice
came
hustle.
flying in from nowhere.
Little fist pump.
And a chance for Conway to take the lead.
Moody. I tell you, this game changed, Alan. When Juwan Moody came in, the Tigers were down 8 points. He comes in, hits a 3, and his energy is taking the Tigers right now to could actually take the lead.
Yeah, that freshman hit that about 21-foot 3-point shot, and that spurred Conway on this 8-point run. Actually, 7-point run, can make it 9 if he makes them both. Ties the ball game at the top of the lane. 29 apiece, 8-point run for Conway.
Maybe Coach Hopkins has found his group.
There you go. You said it earlier. He was searching for the right combination, and they've got a tie ball game. 8-0 run by the Tigers with a minute to play in the third quarter. and losing the ball off his ankle.
It looks like the Chiefs are playing on their heels. They're not playing offensive basketball, playing defensive basketball.
I think you're right. I think they have they're a little stunned by this Conway run.
And there's Coach K with the timeout.
Coach Kaler says, we got to get it back together as he calls his Chiefs over to the sideline. And an 8-point run. This feels more devastating than that 22-point run by the Lady Tigers in the first game.
You're right, because it was so hard for the Conway Tigers to score, the boys team, and then when they started scoring, the 8 points, quick. Now they're tied up, and as bad as they played, tied up, if you're a Conway fan, like I said earlier, you got to feel good about yourself, but North Myrtle Beach is still deadly from the outside.
Yeah, 1 point, or make that a 1-minute game here in the third quarter, and you're right. It's been Drew Dunn from outside the arc, and they've got a lot of help from Hager, Livingston, and the like. You pulling out the 50-50 tickets there? Was they calling that out now? Or you listen for the because I bought some of those too. Maybe
9571.
9571. That don't look like yours. Let me see if that's mine.
They wrote a song about me called "The Lonesome Loser." I don't do this. I'm not very good at this stuff.
Me either.
The Tigers right here, tied up.
I tell all my friends, never take my advice if you're gambling on sports. 9571 up. I got 541.
I had a number.
8541, actually. Not even close. So, final minute. Dribble at the elbow, put up from 15 feet, no good. Conway with an offensive board. But a foul is going to go against the Tigers, I believe, on that offensive rebound attempt. Nope.
Oh, they called it on North Myrtle Beach?
No, it is on Conway. But
it was on Brian Edwards.
Yeah, it was going to be put in bounds by the Chiefs on the baseline, and Conway's going to pressure man-to-man full court.
Nice defense by the Tigers.
But a good job by the Chiefs, breaking that press. Half minute to play. Third quarter. Tie ball game.
Nice movement by the Chiefs. Good defense by Conway.
Backdoor cut for Dunn. Outside three. In the air. Kevlik Bennett. And he hits the trifecta with 10 seconds. Conway with a chance to match. North Myrtle Beach rebound. Do they have time to get one off? Conway throws it from about 80 feet. It's no good. So a 32-29 lead on the strength of a Kevlik Bennett three-point shot as we go to the final 8 minutes of your first HTC High School basketball game of the year.
HTC Home Security watches over my family, home, business, and property 24 hours a day. And it's security I can afford to protect those that are most valuable to me. With free installation and a low monthly monitoring fee, HTC offers the added peace of mind and the protection that I need for the things that matter the most.
Get a security system for as low as $99 with free installation. Call HTC at 843-369-8971 today. Certain restrictions may apply.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
Joey Manigault hands off to Matthew Stanlin, and we're underway. Fourth quarter with a three-point ball game. Chiefs with the lead and the ball.
Very smoothly played basketball games. Not a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, exactly. This has been I like the flow of this game, just not a lot of scoring. You look up and go, it's 32-29, really? But it's been a quick 3 quarters and a steal. Nice job by Brian Edwards. Edwards 1-on-2 to the hole. Strong. Good. That's a man's basket right there.
He took it straight to the hoop. Had a guy right behind him and just took it strong. You're right, a man's basket. Tigers down 1.
So a one-possession ball game, and it's batted in the backcourt by Conway, so North Myrtle Beach can pick it up. Dunn, good defense by the Tigers, and you hear the Tiger fans come to life. Air ball. Conway with a rebound, chance to take their first lead here in the second half. Brian Edwards up off the glass, tipped in!
Wow, Richardson, the rebounding machine, tops it in there. Wow, they love Richardson. All he likes to do is rebound, like Dennis Rodman.
There you go. So with 6 minutes and 50 seconds to play, the Conway Tigers have their first lead in the second half. They led early, briefly, and then North Myrtle Beach took control in the second quarter. And now here's the HTC replay. Ashley described this. Great
I'll tell
play.
you what, this is the hands of Brian Edwards to take it. Had the Sunderland behind him, and he just took it straight to the hole. You know, a lot of people do the double pump. He took it straight there, and you're going to foul him.
That's exactly right. That was determination.
Yeah, that ball is going in the hoop.
He was not going to double pump or try to get somebody off their feet. He was going straight to the hole with it.
Yeah, it looks like North Myrtle Beach is going to try to live and die by those three-pointers.
Now, too much movement on the perimeter. And instead of getting it inside.
You know, Hennigan and Jeffers not scoring, but defensively playing a great ball game.
Knifing down the lane. Good job by Stanley. Got fouled on his approach.
And this may be the longest that Moody's played in the stretch this season. So Moody came in, brought a lot of energy, and that's what Coach Hopkins wants him to do as a freshman, to come in and get these guys a lot of fire under them, and he's done that tonight.
And Bernard Best is going to check in after this foul shot. It's up and good. Also with him is Rashad James for Conway, and Livingston checks back in for the Chiefs. And I think that if they were to make a concerted effort to get him the ball inside, I don't know if Conway can stop him.
Yeah, I don't either. Without fouling him.
Right.
That's the thing. All he's got to do is he's got the length, the long arms, wingspan is incredible.
Chance to retake the lead at the foul line is no good. 1 for 2 again for North Myrtle.
Got to make the free ones.
That's been basically the standard all night long. 1 of 2 foul shots. Between the defense, up underneath, off the glass, too short, batted around and out of bounds off of Conway.
Nice defense by Livingston there. Just got those long arms up, got the shot knocked off course, and it's going to be North Myrtle Beach ball.
We're knotted again at 33. The Chiefs, Doodle Hill.
It's when you like to have a Doodle Hill here to handle the ball.
Yeah. Doodle's done a nice job. Calls out the play, gets harassed by Bernard Best. Cross courts it to Stanley. Stanley high post to Livingston. Livingston dribbles into the paint, but back outside Stanley all the way to the hole. He drives it down the lane, and he drives through the maze and lays it in to give North Myrtle Beach the lead back.
Beautiful shot by Stanley.
Yeah, Stanley twice it now has kind of driven it down the lane with authority. Got fouled last time and laid it in this time.
Chiefs holding on to that 2-point lead, 5:24 left, and this has been a real fast basketball game, real quick.
Has.
I mean, in terms of the court, but in time-wise also. So I'm anticipating it slowing down the next 2 or 3 minutes.
I would imagine, yes. In the last 3 minutes of this game, it might play as long as we played all night long, because it is a tight game, and Conway with a chance to tie again. Jeffords at the foul line. And
not feeling it tonight.
The tosses, the free tosses have been anything but. They call it those. They should call them free points.
And you got to think,
you got to take advantage of it.
Yeah, you got free points, but you got Hennigan that's averaging 15 points a game. Jeffers adding 16 a game, and they have combined have 3 points together.
Wow. Christian makes good on the second end, and Mike Hopkins wants a 30-second timeout. With his team behind by a point, they'll retreat on defense. Home team in white with gold numerals and green trim. Road team in royal blue for North Myrtle Beach with white numbers and yellow trim. And Coach Hopkins draws up a play, and Coach Kaler right now, I think he's doing more motivation than, drawing up plays, because his team has had the offense has been good from the perimeter, but The last couple of times it's been a Stanley drive to the hole, and maybe that's what Coach Hopkins wants to talk about right here, to cut off those driving lanes.
And what they're doing, they're spreading the Conway defense out to let Doodle Hill and Stanley take control, and they're getting it to the hole. If they don't make it, they're getting fouled, but they're going 1 of 2 on the free throws, and Conway will take that every day of the week.
And they're going man-to-man full court again. Into Dunn. Dunn jumps, but gives it right to Venables, who gives Conway the lead back. He left his feet without someone to throw it to, and it cost the Chiefs the lead.
Nice defense by the Tigers.
Doodle weaves his way through the defense to get it to the front court. Hill, ball screen, head of the key. Nice defense out front by Best.
Nice battle down low, Allen, between Venables and Livingston. They're battling pretty hard, and Livingston wants that basketball.
Well, maybe Venables finally has realized that, you know, he's got the weight advantage, even though Livingston has the height advantage.
Getting away from the basket.
Inside 5 minutes to play. Got a 1-point ball game. North Myrtle down, but with the sphere. Doodle into the paint, back outside. Dunn, he's been the main guy for North Myrtle in this one. Ball is batted out from behind.
Venable, great defensive play.
Stripped. Conway. First time they've had the lead in the ball, I think, in this ball game.
Well, they got a definite advantage right now. Venable working hard down low.
Venable has got the height advantage and the size advantage and makes it pay.
Big time player by Venable right there.
That's what Conway recognized. He had a mismatch, and he just muscled the man into the paint.
Now the gym comes alive.
Conway fans, took them a while to wake up, but they're here now, aren't they?
Chavez Ravine.
That's it. Ball's batted out. That's Stanley to the hole. And he draws another foul.
He does that so well, Allen. He takes it to the hole and puts his body in position to where you're either going to foul him or he's going to make an easy layup.
And I like his control. He goes to the hole with, you know, he doesn't make any herky-jerky motions, nothing out of sorts. He just has his mind made up, and he uses his strong body to get all the way there and draw the foul. But he rims out the first.
Very fluid basketball player, but again, going 1 of 2, 50% on the free throw line at this late stage of the basketball game could come back and bite the Chiefs.
Both teams lacking at the foul line. North Myrtle has been like 1 for 2 every trip, this time 0 for 2. And that hurts.
That hurts a lot with only 3:40 left.
Conway rushes it up court. Chiefs man-to-man. But they're not pressuring the ball. So Conway could take a little time off, but they're using the weave outside for 3! Splash!
There you go. He finally hit one.
Jalen Hennigan.
Big one.
You said he can shoot that shot.
He can shoot it lights out.
And that is the biggest lead for Conway tonight at 6 points and a timeout for Coach Taylor.
I tell you what, Hennigan finally hits one, and that's a shooter's mentality. You can go 0 for 9, 0 for 10, but you got to forget it. You got to have a bad memory. And Jalen Hennigan is one of those kids that, you know, he may go 0 for 9, but he's going to make his next one. He's going to make his next one. If he misses it, he's going to make it. And if Hennigan gets open like he did on this replay right here, you know, nice arc on the ball, gave him too much space. Doodle Hill did, and he bangs the 3 and got this Conway crowd going.
Hill recovered pretty well, but Hennigan was already into his shot, and he strips the net.
And again, if I'm Hill, hey, you know what? I'm going to let Hennigan shoot that ball.
Yeah.
You know, he hadn't hit one all night.
There you go.
So, but then it came back to bite you. So now what do? Now you got Hennigan hitting the shot. You're beating him down low with Venable, so there's a double-edged sword going for Conway.
Well, we got the Wilson basketball, the specially designed HTC game ball. We got to start thinking about that. Who we're going to give the HTC Player of the Game award to.
You're your color guy.
You like that basketball, don't you? You got a hoop at home you want? And here's the long 3 for Livingston, where he should be inside. An offensive rebound put back by Stephen Bryant, and that's what North Myrtle Beach needed desperately.
Big basket there to calm this Conway crowd down a little bit.
That was a desperate 2-pointer right there for North Myrtle. If they'd have not scored and Conway comes down and puts another 2 in, or 3 on the board, that would have blown this lid off.
And that's what Moody does sometimes. He gets a little helter-skelter.
4-point ball game. Sideline left. Stanlin inside, loses it. Picked up by Jeffords. Transition for Christian. Almost went over and back, but didn't get to the forecourt completely.
Hennigan will shoot it from there, too. You laugh.
Well, Hennigan takes it strong to the hole.
He's starting to take over the basketball game right now. He feels it. And this crowd feeds off of him. He's a talker. He's one of those guys that talks a lot. You know, I don't particularly like that a lot, but you know, he does get under the skin of a lot of players, a lot of opposing teams.
As you see, Hennigan takes it strong, up off the glass. He makes a 3 a moment ago from outside, and the conventional three-point play is completed, and Livingston is called for an offensive foul on the rebound. So Conway is going to get the basket, and they're going to get possession of the ball.
Well, Rick Smith was very animate about that call. He saw something. Some elbows flying, so the Tigers are going to get the basketball.
That was just the 6th team foul, so Conway is going to have possession. I'm sure Mike Hopkins would prefer possession over another 1-and-1 opportunity.
Big call, big mistake by North Myrtle Beach.
7-point lead, the most. Here's Hennigan again from downtown. It counts, but Joey Manigault says no. Wave off the bucket. It's going to be a foul on Conway before the shot. Underneath. Nope, it's against North Myrtle Beach before the shot. So now it's a 1-and-1 opportunity.
If you notice right there, Hennigan made that 3, so he's starting to feel it a little bit.
He whipped that twine that time.
A discussion going on what this call is. Coach K looking attentively over there.
Hennigan is standing at the line as if he wants to shoot the free throws.
When you feel it.
Yeah.
That first half he was ducking.
Foul was not on him. He said, hey, I was the one shooting, but the foul was off the ball. He smiles, saying he thought he was going to get away with one right there.
So Venable at the free throw line.
Bernard Venable, 6'3" senior. He's got 7 points in the ball game, make it 8 now.
That's his 6th free throw of the night. So he's working hard, getting down. That means to me, that means he's down low, getting rebounds, getting hit, and banging a little bit.
Yeah, free throw. 6 free throws made, and then 1 field goal. So now he's got 9.
And it extends to a 9-point lead all of a sudden.
That's right. Conway has their biggest advantage. Fans wanted an over and back, but Doodle Hill never got the ball fully into the front court. Fans are into it big time now. Drew Dunn, put back, no good. Fight for it, jump ball. Get away from that.
Yeah, don't start that.
Just
that.
Hard fighting for the ball. That's all you want to do. Kids playing hard. It was Bernard Best and Doodle Hill.
Brian just a little frustrated there. That'd be the one that I wouldn't mess with. Would be Brian. I'd make friends with him.
So it's inbound.
You got to think if the Tigers can just make their free throws, they got a good chance in this.
Stoll. And a reach-in foul against Livingston as Conway trying to run away with it in the final 2 minutes, Ashley. And I'll tell you what, they've never seemed out of sorts, but it just felt like midway through the third quarter that this was a North Myrtle Beach game all the way.
Oh, there was no doubt. North Myrtle Beach was playing great. Then all of a sudden, Jawan Moody came into the basketball game, made a three-pointer, got the crowd involved, had a steal or two, got Brian Evers involved. And at that point, you know, the tide started to turn for the Conway Tigers, and North Myrtle Beach just hadn't regained from that experiment.
And Hennigan continues his offensive onslaught here in the second half at the line. Hits both ends, rim, glass, and net. And it's a double-digit lead now for Conway.
And that's how Conway do it. They get up there, and they'll go 10-0 run quick.
Conway trying to sweep North Myrtle Beach tonight, but taking it hard to the hole is Stanley, and he's done that well this evening.
Somebody on Venable.
Backcourt pressure. Broken by the Tigers, but barely.
And that'd be the one you want to foul, the freshman. You want to foul him, so that's a good call by North Myrtle Beach.
Juwan Moody. You're right. He started this comeback. They were down 9, actually 8. It was an 8-point deficit in the third quarter. Moody comes in, hits the 3, cuts it to 5. Tigers tie it before the end of the fourth, or the end of the third. And here in the fourth, they have run away with it. Now 10-point lead.
Coach Hopkins looks like the smartest man in the building right now, doesn't he?
Yep, good move by Coach Hop. Putting in the freshman. And the freshman goes 1 for 2, and a big offensive rebound for Conway. Back to Jeffords. Christian backs it out, and they would do well to run some clock here.
You got 2 of the best free throw shooters with Hennigan and Jeffords out front.
Taking a little bit of air out of it, and a foul out front on Stephen Bryant. They had to foul because you're inside a minute to play now and down by double digits. You got to have possession.
Yeah, North Myrtle Beach has got to get hot again from the three-point line if they want a chance to come back. But Hennigan's probably the best free throw shooter on the Conway Tiger team.
He made 2 a moment ago, make it 3 in a row as he whips the net.
And he's going to sneak up on his average for the season this last quarter.
How about that? 16 points per game, and he has made a run here in the final 8 minutes. And
this is the exact opposite. The exact opposite of the girls' game. When we said, when you look at that score, you say 51 or whatever the score was, is a close game. But this right here was not a blowout by no means.
No, and it's been difficult for North Myrtle Beach to really get its bearings here in the fourth quarter. And Christian Jeffords breaks the 10-second line, and now he's trying to run out the clock with 45 seconds to play. Into the paint, loses it, gets it back, gets it off to the freshman. They want a foul, and
a lot of time.
Yeah, Dunn was claiming that he fouled, but finally the whistle on Stanley.
And they ran a good 17, 18 seconds off the clock on that possession.
And I heard an analyst say, and of course there's no shot clock here in high school basketball, but I've always been of this mindset. I would rather have a shot clock violation than a poor shot.
Yeah.
You know, run the shot clock out, but just hold the ball and look for a good shot rather than force one up.
Yeah, because when you start forcing stuff up, it gets there's turnovers that happen after that. It gets in your mind. You're missing shots. You're throwing all over the place, and overall you look sloppy.
Yep.
And Christian Jeffords is having a tough night, but defensively played a real good ball game.
And he's controlled the ball a lot for Conway tonight. He's kept possession for them again. That's the big point. They want possessions right now.
And a lot of people, a lot of fans will look at the scoring column. That's where the first points per game. How many points they get? Well, there's a game within a game, especially the way Christian's playing. A lot of these Conway Tigers that aren't scoring, but they're playing defense.
And Conway is going to hold a 13-point lead as we go to the final half minute of the ball game. On the timeout, it's 52-39. And again, if you haven't gotten your ticket for the Conway Booster Club reverse raffle, make sure to contact Coach Chuck Jordan or Miss Gwynn in the athletic department. Just call the athletic department, get your reverse raffle ticket. And again, we send our sincerest condolences tonight to the Derrick family. If you haven't heard, Coach Julius Derrick passed away this morning, and is just an icon in the sports world here in Horry County, especially in Conway, where he grew up and became a player, a coach, and a community historian in Conway. So,
yeah, just a mentor to countless young men and women, countless.
Do we know how old Julius was?
Sure, right off the top of the head.
It had to be in his 70s, but he had lived a great life and such an important part of so many athletes' lives in Horry County. Final half minute, North Myrtle Beach trying to get quick shots up. And mostly threes, and there's another Dunn three, in and out. Boy, that one came within a gnat's eyelash of going through the hoop.
It seems like all night, Alan. I know it's not, but that hoop might be a little tight on that side of the court.
It really is.
I mean, they're not scoring.
Thing went down and rattled around and spit back out.
One of those NCAA first round hoops.
Down to 17 seconds to play.
Coach Hopkins has got to be happy with the way the Tigers responded coming out of halftime.
The resiliency.
Yeah.
They really responded well in the second half and never panicked getting down by 8 points. That was the deepest that they were behind. And here in the fourth quarter, they come from 8 points down to go up by 13 right now. And Hennigan's trying to make it 14 as he misfires on the front end, but he splashes the second.
To me, that's what a veteran team does. They don't panic when things go bad because eventually it's going to turn around. You got to believe it.
No foul needed here. The freshman almost committed the Cardinal sin.
It's aggressive.
And it's lost. And we're blocked out by the fan base.
It's going to be Conway ball.
It's lost by North Myrtle Beach. So Tigers trying to run out the clock. Jeffords gets it across the timeline. Does so, and sportsmanship right there by Venables. Instead of going up and making an easy two, he just held on to the ball and ran out the
clock. That's what they preach. They preach team. It's not about it's about the number or the words on the front of your shirt, not the back.
There you go. A final score: Conway 53, North Myrtle Beach 39. So a sweep of North Myrtle Beach tonight. We'll take time out, come back, give you our HTC Game of the Week game ball to the player of the night. So stay right where you are. Conway 53-39 on your HTC Game of the Week.
HTC Home Security watches over my family, home, business, and property 24 hours a day. And it's security I can afford to protect those that are most valuable to me. With free installation and a low monthly monitoring fee, HTC offers the added peace of mind and the protection that I need for the things that matter the most.
Get a security system for as low as $99 with free installation. Call HTC at 843-369-8971 today. Certain restrictions may apply.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
Back at Conway High School's gymnasium, the Conway Tigers a winner 53-39 tonight over North Myrtle Beach. They sweep the Chiefs this evening. The ladies win in the first one going away. But I tell you what, this second half, it may not have been the prettiest of games offensively, but I think defensively both teams played exceptionally well. And in the fourth quarter, Conway finally woke up offensively.
Well, that's what happened. They went into halftime. They weren't hitting any shots. Conway was struggling. Hennigan wasn't hitting. Jeffords was not hitting, so they had to go another route. They had to go Venables, they had to go Edwards, and they brought in the freshman. Juwan Moody came in, made some plays, and sometimes you have to do that. You got superstars, but you have to have other people step up, and that's what happened. They stepped up. It allowed Hennigan and Jeffords not to have to carry the team. Now they know when they get in a tough spot in the region that they don't have to have those guys step up. Now they got other people down that they can have confidence in.
We talked about the HTC player of the game during the timeout, and I said Hennigan, if it was just for the fourth quarter, he might be our winner. But for the entire game, Bernard Venable was the guy. He didn't play exceptionally well on the offensive end, but he made a lot of free throws and played terrific defensively.
Well, Venable, he made the plays that the guys don't want to make. He was going to the boards. He got fouled a lot. Went to the free throw line, made 7 free throws, and we talked about that earlier. Whenever you go to the free throw line as a big man, you're doing your job. He made some big plays right there. And then there's a little class involved. We talked about that at the end of the game. He got a chance to have an extra 2 points to guarantee the HTC. You got the TV people watching, everybody watching. Well, he just held the ball, and then, hey, game's over. Conway wins, and it's been fun doing this. So
Hey, it's been great working with you tonight, my friend.
This is fun. I appreciate you giving me a chance, and I'm glad that Conway won. I couldn't be a homer.
Yeah.
It had to be both, so I'm learning, and thank you for that.
Well, I appreciate you helping out with us on ConwaySportsRadio.com on the internet, which carried not only tonight's game, but they also carry my morning radio show every day, and I do appreciate that as well.
Yeah, the kindergarten kids get a kick out of it. They love it.
That's awesome. And the Conway Sports Radio, check that out as Ashley Smith does that. And the Conway Tigers, he's also voice of the Conway Tigers football and basketball team here each week. And big wins for the Conway Tigers tonight. And congratulations to Bernard Venable, tonight's HTC game ball winner. He's the player of the game, and he'll get that specially designed HTC game ball that you see right there on your screen. And we appreciate that. We gave it to Mimi Williams in the first game, and she was all excited.
Oh, absolutely. It's a big time for that young lady, and I know Bernard, when I go give it to him, if I give it to him, he'll love it too. But
I'm going to watch you. You're not going to sneak out of here with that ball.
But HTC, the leader in high school sports of the area,
absolutely.
They come out and do a great job. Again, this is a big deal for Conway and all the other, where you're going next week, the other local high schools, to be on TV, to be seen, and and we thank you for what you guys do.
Yeah, we're actually going to North Myrtle Beach next week as the Chiefs will host the Wilson Tigers in region play, as both teams will get underway next Friday night. Now, don't hurt yourself with that there, Ash.
That's a skill.
That's pretty good. Good for you. But at North Myrtle Beach next week, I want to thank Coach Chuck Jordan and the entire athletic department here at Conway High School, Mike Hopkins and Coach Hemingway in the first game. Shemay was very good to us getting the information. Thank you to North Myrtle Beach Principal Trevor Strauderman and his staff as well for helping us out with tonight's broadcast. And we'll see you guys in North Myrtle Beach next week. In 2 weeks, we'll be at Socastee as they take on the Sumter Gamecocks, and that's our first 3 games of the HTC game of the week. We had a great time here at Conway tonight. Appreciate you tuning in to the HTC game of the week. The Tigers get a sweep over North Myrtle Beach. Your final score in the boys game again, the Conway Tigers 53, the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs 39. For Ashley Smith and the entire Lucky Dog Television Productions crew, I'm Ellen Smothers, wishing everyone a great weekend. See you next Friday night right here on your HTC Game of the Week.